Do we need men?
Fuck no, fuck no.
Do we need men?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No?
We don't need short men.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do you need a man?
Oh, God.
Do you need a man?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
Why?
No.
Do we need men?
No.
No? Do we need men?
We need men to make us stupid.
Do we need men? Do we need men? Do women need men in this world? Do we need men?
No.
Why?
Because we can be strong, independent women.
Do we need men?
Like, not necessarily, but like, if I can look at them, like, we need a man to look at.
Do we need men?
No!
No, why?
Nobody needs men!
Really?
We do not need men!
Why not? Why don't we need men?
Why would I need men?
So what can you get from someone else that you don't get from a man?
The only thing I can get from a man that I can't get anywhere else is dick.
Okay.
And I don't need dick.
Rude, delusional, arrogant. These are words that we typically associate with men, right? Cocky, alpha bro, I'm the shit sort of dude. But now, these words more accurately describe women with that brattish entitlement and that weird embracing of their own spoiled ignorance. It's so ugly and unattractive. Not one of these women is worth your time. It's so sad. What a waste. But I'm curious, if you asked men this same question in reverse, what kind of a response do you think you would get? Let's find out.
Do we need women?
Yes,
We do. Why?
these women are awesome.
Do we need women?
Of course,
Why?
You do need one.
they're beautiful.
Do we need women?
Women make us feel compassionate and affectionate.
Do we need women?
Of course they do.
Do we need women?
Yes.
Why?
Because they're hot.
And what else?
They're hot.
Do we need women?
I mean, shit, unless they're gay.
Do we need women?
Do we need women?
Yeah.
Yes, who's gonna do my dishes?
Man, I do not miss alcohol. I mean, that's not a perfect score, but overall, these guys did a lot better than the girls. For a woman to say, I need men, I need a man, that is an expression of humility that is very attractive. We need more of that. Where have all of the humble women gone? We need you. We miss you. God, this generation of modern women is just so ugly. They have such awful personalities and value systems. I mean, despite being obviously one half of a biological equation, they can't bring themselves to admit that they need a man? What are they scared of? They're talking about being a strong, independent woman. Is that what they think needing a man is? That it means that they're weak? It is the exact opposite. Admitting your limitations is an expression of strength and self-awareness. To be humble is to be strong. I know that that's not what you have been told, but listen carefully. I'm going to explain this. As longtime subscribers of my channel know, I am an atheist, but credit where credit is due. One of the things that I admire most about Christianity is how it lauds humility as a virtue. And I speculate that being humble makes you more likely to be happy and content with life than being prideful. You may have seen this data before, and it shows how in almost every country, if you are religious, then you're more likely to consider yourself happy than non-believers. And even though I'm an atheist, this doesn't surprise me. To bow your head in prayer, to be humble, to admit that you are an imperfect human being. You don't have complete control. You're not omnipotent. You have limitations. That is a beautiful thing. It's such an important safeguard against excessive ego, pride, the will to dominate and control everything. I'm sure you guys can relate to this. If you're looking for a male leader to follow, like a sports captain or a boss, which of the two guys are you going to choose? The delusional know-it-all guy who never admits that he makes mistakes and thinks that he's perfect? Or the man who's humble enough to know his limitations? He knows his strengths, he knows his weaknesses, and he never overreaches. As John C. Maxwell said, the best leaders are those who are humble enough to recognize that their victories depend upon their people. And it doesn't have to be religious. You don't have to be humble before God. You can just be humble before reality. Just knowing that you have limitations and weaknesses, that you're capable of failing and making mistakes. That's part of what makes you human. That makes you relatable. It is a beautiful, sacred thing for men and women to admit that they are incomplete, that a pairing with the opposite sex will bring balance and wholeness to their life. That's beautiful because that's reality. This is not a limitation to be ashamed of, but this is why I say that the modern generation of women are weak. They are not strong enough to admit their own limitations. It's time that somebody put them in their place, and the man in this video clip does exactly that. And I'm going to show you that in a second, but first I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, Bathmate. As a man who gives advice to other men for a living and is frequently listening to the unique problems associated with masculinity, I have learned not to underestimate the importance that men put on their penis. I'm talking about body image issues, about size, about shape, but also performance issues when it comes to getting a healthy erection. It really matters to men whether or not their manhood is working, and I've heard confessions from guys to taking some pretty out there pharmaceuticals in an attempt to fix this problem. I mean, the chemicals they're putting in their body, God knows what the side effects are going to be, and they're completely unaware that a natural alternative does exist. Bathmate products are the alternative. They're hydro pumps that you use in the shower. That way you can safely use water to distribute the pressure evenly around your penis, and as you pump, it draws blood in, giving you a strong erection. Doing this is good for the health of your penis. It's like exercise for your blood vessels, having that blood flowing in and out. Bathmate products have thousands of 5-star reviews. They're manufactured in the UK, they're FDA inspected, and they've just released the new product, the Hydro Extreme 8, so you're going to want to check that out. And what's incredible is that these guys are so confident that you're going to love their products and find them effective that they're willing to give you a 60-day money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied. That is an incredible offer. There's really no risk trying. There's a link in the description box below for an automatic 10% discount. Now back to my claim that modern women are not strong enough to acknowledge their own limitations. The way I see it is that women's inability to admit that they need a man makes them weak, and it's time that somebody called them out on it.
Are men and women equal?
Actually, women are better than men. What do men bring to the world? Literally nothing. Women, the vibes, just everything.
Everything you know and love. If you look around the entire infrastructure of our nation, our economy, every building you walk into, the way that you are portraying your ideas and opinions is through technology and infrastructure and an economy and a nation that was not only built, but it's still maintained to this day by men.
Did men allow you to have that haircut?
You taking personal attacks makes me seem like the more intelligent.
Okay, I understand.
Validate your point, not some personal attack because
Okay,
you're
I
using
understand.
the argument. Feminism stops whenever it's inconvenient for y'all. By definition, you are delusional if you cannot defend your ideas.
You should go.
I actually don't go to therapy.
Gentlemen, I am no fortune teller, but if you marry a woman like this, I can see your future. She has no humility, therefore will have no ability to admit when she's made a mistake. She has no inclination to take accountability. She's perfect. She doesn't need men. So if something goes wrong, by default, it's going to be you that takes the blame. Real talk now. How exactly can you pair bond with a woman who believes that she's already complete? Explain that to me. How can that be done? If she's whole, if she's fulfilled, then what room is there for her to grow? How can she grow when she's already reached perfection? Hopefully my subscribers who watch my videos, you already know this, that it is impossible to pair bond, to fall in love, unless you are growing, changing, and improving. If you're in a relationship with a woman who believes that she's perfect and complete, and that no growth or exploration is necessary, then that relationship will be completely hollow. You'll simply exist near each other. What creates love, bonding, loyalty is conquering new frontiers, going through challenges together as a couple, traveling together, doing hobbies together, opening up, sharing a vulnerability with your partner. Telling them something that you've never told anybody else before because you've always been scared that you're going to be shamed and criticized, and instead receiving a loving and supportive response. That's you venturing into new territory, and the fact that she comes with you, that bonds the two of you together. When you get married, when you have children, whenever you take risks, when you support each other through that, that strengthens your bond. Like, look at these videos of couples celebrating after buying their first home. This is a major life step that they are taking together, and it's a huge bonding experience. This is the creation of a core memory, and doing it with another person gives you confidence that you are a team, that you're there to support each other on each new step of the journey. That's what's so moronic about these modern women who think that they're already complete, who claim that they don't need a man. They're making such a fundamental mistake, which is that as a human, you should never think of your life as a destination that you have already reached. If you're doing life properly, then you should always be exploring, growing, evolving. And the best way to do that is with a loving partner by your side. Even if you, as an individual, are amazing, you're healthy, you're happy, you are self-actualized as an individual, still, that is not the end of your journey. Like, congratulations, you've got high self-esteem, you're a high-quality person, but there is still a new frontier for you to conquer, which is to combine that with another person. Otherwise, you're missing out because a good relationship is worth a lot more than the sum of its parts. When two people come together, it's not just two individuals in proximity. A new entity is created, that relationship, and it has a magical energy all of its own. Imagine you are pasta, just plain pasta, and you are cooked perfectly. And she is tomato sauce, and she is cooked perfectly. What is the best way to eat all of that food? Is it for you to eat a bunch of plain pasta, and then once you've finished to go and drink all the tomato sauce like it's a soup? No, it's best when they're combined. Ultimately, you're consuming the same food, whichever way you do it, but when you combine those ingredients together, it creates a fantastic meal. It's the same with relationships. When you have a high quality man and a high quality woman and they come together, the relationship creates something new and it's beautiful. You can see, using that metaphor, how ridiculous it would be for tomato sauce to look at pasta and say, nah, I'm perfect the way I am. I don't need you. Women saying that they don't need men is one of the most moronic, ridiculous statements ever uttered. And the fact that women can say that with a straight face is just proof of the collective psychosis of our society. It makes zero sense. Men need women, women need men. The species literally ends without each other. Is that not obvious? So when you're looking for a woman to date, please, look for a woman who is humble enough to embrace the fact that she is incomplete without you. Because even if she's an amazing individual, there's still so much for her to explore about femininity, about womanhood inside a relationship with a man. And of course, be on the lookout for women who are too far to the other extreme. They're just codependent. They're like, of course I need a man. I need a man desperately. He has to fix everything. He has to be everything. These women who are just waiting around to be rescued, they are dangerous. So I'm going to spend the rest of the video talking about the difference between a woman who has a healthy sense of her own incompleteness and humility and a woman who is just crazy codependent. And I'm also going to explain the weakness that men have for that kind of damsel in distress and what you need to look out for inside your own psychology so that you don't fall victim to that. If you want to keep on watching, this video continues on Patreon. What you've seen so far, this is just the shortened, abridged version of this video. If you want access to my full videos, they're available on Patreon.